In the Navajo tradition, the story of changing woman, Asdzáá Nádleehé, is a tale of profound spiritual significance. It is a story about life, renewal, and the connection between people and the natural world. Through changing woman, the Navajo people came into existence and received the teachings and ceremonies that guide their lives. Her story is vast and rich, filled with sacred moments and lessons. Long before humans walked the earth, there were the holy people, spiritual beings who existed in the first world, and later in the worlds above. These beings, full of wisdom and power, shaped the foundations of existence. It was in the fourth world, the glittering world, that changing woman came into being. High on a sacred mountain called Gobernator Knob, Cholai, the earth, sun, and other spiritual forces gathered to create her. The earth gave her body, formed from its sacred soil, rich and fertile. The wind, gentle yet powerful, breathed life into her, symbolizing the eternal connection between all living things and the breath of existence. The sun, warm and nurturing, blessed her with its energy, ensuring her vitality and connection to the cycles of life. When she opened her eyes, the holy people surrounded her, welcoming her as one of their own. She was unique, embodying the essence of life, growth, and transformation. Even as a child, changing woman was special. Her laughter brought flowers to bloom, and her footsteps made the grass grow greener. The holy people cared for changing woman as she grew. First man, Olts Hastian, and first woman, Olts Asdzáá, taught her the sacred ways, passing on the knowledge of the land, the sky, and the balance of life. White Shell Woman, another powerful spiritual figure, nurtured her and protected her. As changing woman grew, she went through the natural stages of life, but each transformation was marked by extraordinary events. When she was a girl, the seasons began to change more vividly, bringing forth bountiful harvests and vibrant colors. When she became a young woman, the earth itself seemed to celebrate her transition, with rivers running clearer and the skies glowing brighter. In her youth, changing woman often gazed at the sun, feeling a deep connection to its warmth and light. One day, the sun came to her, not as a blazing orb in the sky but as a radiant figure. He spoke to her, saying, "You are of the earth, and I am of the heavens. Together, we can create harmony and bring life to the world." Changing woman and the sun formed a union, and from this sacred bond, she gave birth to twin sons, Monster Slayer, Nayanesgani, and Born for Water, Tabajishchini. These sons were destined for greatness, tasked with ridding the world of the monsters that terrorized the early beings. While her sons grew and prepared for their journey, changing woman continued to watch over the earth, ensuring its balance. She taught her sons to respect the land and its creatures, lessons that would guide them in their quest. After her sons defeated the monsters and peace was restored, changing woman felt a deep longing to fulfill her greater purpose. She realized that the world needed more than just spiritual beings and animals. It needed people who could tend to the earth, live in harmony with its rhythms, and carry forward the teachings of the holy people. Traveling to the 4 sacred mountains that mark the Navajo homeland, Mount Blanca in the east, Mount Taylor in the south, the San Francisco Peaks in the west, and Mount Hesperus in the north, changing woman prepared for her great task. She gathered 2 ears of sacred corn, one white and one yellow. These were no ordinary corn. They were imbued with the essence of life and the power of the elements. She placed them together, and with sacred songs and prayers, she called upon the winds, the sun, and the spirits of the earth to join her in this act of creation. Slowly, the corn began to transform. From the white corn, the first man was born, and from the yellow corn, the first woman emerged. They were beautiful and radiant, full of life and potential. Changing Woman smiled upon them, knowing that they would become the ancestors of the Navajo people. Changing Woman did not abandon the first man and woman after creating them. She stayed with them, guiding them as they learned how to live. She taught them how to plant and harvest corn, the sacred food that would sustain them. She showed them how to weave, build shelter, and hunt with respect for the animals. She also introduced them to the sacred ceremonies that would connect them to the holy people and the spiritual forces of the universe. Among these ceremonies was the Blessing Way, a rite of harmony and renewal that would help the Navajo people maintain balance in their lives. As she taught, Changing Woman emphasized the importance of Hózhó, the Navajo concept of harmony and balance. She explained that to live a good life, they must respect the earth and strive to live in harmony with all things. When her work was done, Changing Woman felt the call of her own transformation. She was a being of life and cycles, and she knew her time with the first people had come to an end. She journeyed westward, to the land of the setting sun, where she could live in solitude and continue her eternal cycle of renewal. As she walked, the earth beneath her feet flourished, leaving a trail of life and abundance. It is said that Changing Woman ages with the seasons. In the winter, she grows old, reflecting the dormancy of the earth. But in the spring, she becomes young again, mirroring the rebirth of nature. Though she no longer walks among the Navajo people, her presence is felt in every sunrise, every blooming flower, and every harvest. She is a reminder that life is a cycle, that beauty and harmony can be found in every stage of existence, and that the earth is both a gift and a sacred responsibility. To this day, the Navajo people honor Changing Woman in their ceremonies and their way of life, keeping her spirit alive in the glittering world.